he have 95 carries. If I had 95 catches, how much yards you think I have?
One person says, cares more about the Heisman than wins. Not a smart comment, young man, so I think you get the point. A lot of people are just like, yeah, he probably shouldn't have said that. This Colorado team just can't shut their dang mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great week. Hope all of you having a great day. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, I originally wasn't going to talk about this situation, but here we are. It's been blowing up all over Twitter and social media, and there's a lot of different takes and opinions on it. So Mr. Travis Hunter, no introduction needed, by the way, extremely talented athlete. He's a generational player at that, at least in my humble opinion, and he's also a very likable guy. He has found himself in a wee bit of controversy. Within the past, I'd say roughly 24 to 48 hours, he has sparked up a huge debate on social media that also involves Ashton Jeanty. Now, although Jeanty's not a household name and he may need an introduction unlike Travis Hunter, if you keep up with college football, you know who he is. For those of you that don't know who he is, I'll give you a long story short. He's the best running back in all of college football right now, and I don't even think it's too close. There's other great running backs, don't get me wrong, but when you look at how he plays and what he's done up to this point in the cold hard facts, it's undisputed. He's the best, so let's just call it what it is. And we are right at the halfway point of the college football season, which means people started talking about the Heisman Trophy and the Heisman race. Heading into a season, Travis Hunter was one of the favorites. Ashton Jeanty, on the other hand, was not. And Jeanty has just bursted onto the scene out of nowhere, and at this point in time, he's a Heisman favorite. He's been dominating the competition. This is where things start to heat up. Recently in a podcast with RG3, Robert Griffin III, Travis Hunter said, and I quote, y'all see Ashton Jeanty. It's not like we haven't seen a running back that's good. We haven't seen a player that plays both ways, and I'm going to keep saying that. Now, I'm going to keep it a Fortnite V-Buck with y'all. When I first saw that, I believe I saw it 2 days ago, I didn't think much about it. I saw it before it was trending. I just thought Travis Hunter was giving his opinion, and I kept it pushing. Well, come to find out, it's just been blowing up all over social media, and I personally feel like it's been blown out of proportion. I can't harp on this enough. I didn't view it as a big deal, but others, yeah, they didn't take a liking to it. One person says, cares more about the Heisman than wins. Oh, I like this one. Provides us with a graphic. He's not a good running back. He's literally otherworldly, and it has Jeanty's numbers compared to the last 3 Heisman Trophy winning running backs. This is through 5 games. Derrick Henry, 570 rushing yards, 9 rushing touchdowns, 93 carries. Mark Ingram, 2009, the other Bama running back, 487 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, and 83 carries. And Reggie Bush in 05, 601, 6 rushing touchdowns, 71 carries. Jeanty, on the other hand, 1,031 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, and 95 carries. I hate to play devil's advocate, but I feel like you got to bring it up. Jeanty is not playing near the competition that these Alabama running backs are playing, or Reggie Bush. You're not in the Power 4. You're in a group of 5. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not trying to discredit him, but it's easier. You can take this to the bank. As to where it stands right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jeanty is averaging over 10 yards per carry. If he's playing in the SEC, he is not averaging 10 yards per carry. He's not even averaging 7 yards per carry. Look, don't get it twisted. He's still going to get his. But 10 yards per carry, nah, that ain't going to happen. Y'all saw what happened to Leonard Fournette in 2015, didn't you? He was a Heisman Trophy favorite, then he played that Alabama defense, and no lie, I remember it. He had 19 carries for 31 yards. So to sit up here and compare Jeanty's numbers to Derrick Henry's and Mark Ingram's, that's really an invalid argument, at least to me. Check out this comment replying to Travis. We also haven't seen running back numbers like this in decades, and I agree. Player on a 4-2 team with no shot at playoffs should not get Heisman, referring to Travis. What y'all think about that? Do not showing Heisman character / maturity here. Say this next time. Ashton Jeanty is getting a lot of love. He's a great running back, and we've had a lot of great running backs win this award. We haven't had a player that has been able to excel both positions. I'm hoping to be that guy. And yeah, I agree with that. That's pretty good words. And this is why I took what Travis said with a grain of salt. He had no ill intentions with saying that, and I think he did just word it wrong. I think Travis is just trying to argue his case and say, yeah, Jeanty's good, but we've seen other good running backs. We ain't seen nobody like me before. Is that a little cocky? Is that a little arrogant? Yeah, sure, but I don't think he intended it to come off that way. It just so happened to come off that way. Hunter is good, but he's got a mouth. Jeanty deserves a Heisman more than Hunter. He's on pace to have one of the best seasons ever for a running back. This Colorado team just can't shut their dang mouth. Not a smart comment, young man, so I think you get the point. A lot of people are just like, yeah, he probably shouldn't have said that. Here's an interesting comment. Edit boy, wait, what? Edit? Oh, I think he's just like redoing it. What Travis doing has never been done. Y'all blank so quick to forget Melvin Gordon's 2,500-yard season in Big Ten or Derrick Henry's 2,200-yard season in the blank SEC. Jeanty a dog, but get that we never seen this bullcrap talk out of here. You know, I ain't gonna say that word. Going up against weak blank G5 comp. So it looks like some people are taking Travis's side, and you know what? Before we go any farther, let's see if we can find... This interview's got to be somewhere. Okay, I haven't even seen it. Y'all can get my live reaction. I knew it was on Robert Griffin's podcast. I just didn't see the clip. Hopefully this isn't copyrighted. If it is, well, I'll probably get in trouble. But it is what it is. You got to risk it for the biscuit, I guess.
And I want you to know that I don't want y'all to shy away from speaking that stuff into existence. I don't think that you can win it. I definitely think you can win it.
I know I can win it, but
Robert
I don't know.
couldn't win it either.
I don't know who's there. I mean, y'all see Ashton, Jeanty, but
we made a video on this a couple weeks ago. I don't think it's fair because everyone has this mentality, the voters, and even some people always reading off the comments of, oh, well, no player for a team that's 4-2 and has no shot at the playoffs should even be considered for the Heisman Trophy. You saw it. People in the comments are saying that, and that's how the Heisman voters actually feel and believe as well. And to me, it's flawed logic because the Heisman Trophy, it doesn't say that it has to go to the best player or one of the best players on one of the best teams. The whole goal of the Heisman Trophy is to give it to the best player in the country. So if the best player is on a team that's 5-7, well, that shouldn't matter. Shouldn't amount to a hill of beans. It should go to him. That's my opinion. I don't care if Colorado's 5-7. If you as a voter think Travis Hunter is the best player in the nation, then that's who you should vote for. The record shouldn't have any effect on your voting, not even to the slightest.
it's not like we haven't seen a running back that's good.
All right.
We haven't seen a player that plays both ways, and I'm gonna keep saying that. It's like he have 95 carries.
Yeah.
For 1,000
yards. Yeah.
If I had 95 catches, how much yards you think I have?
All right, look. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like what Travis just said there, but here's my rebuttal and counter argument to you. Is he wrong? No, he's not wrong. However, you really can't do that. What I mean when I say you can't do that, it's the equivalent to saying, oh, well, if LeBron James wasn't 6'9", he wouldn't be considered as one of the greatest of all time. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that because he is 6'9". And what Travis is saying is, oh, well, if I was 7 foot, I'd also be in the NBA. That's what he's saying here. If I had 95 targets on defense, what do you think my numbers would look like? You can't do that, Travis. You can't play the what-if game in that aspect. However, I still don't feel like he had animosity when he was saying this. He didn't seem like he was super mad and frustrated, like, dang, man, I should be the Heisman front runner. It wasn't any of that. He was just giving you his argument.
Okay. So I'm trying to tell him, like, if I had 95 targets on defense, what you think I'll have?
Right. Oh.
If I had 95 catches on offense, what you think I'll have? So I try to tell you, like, he got double the touches I got on the offensive side of the ball, and I still have defensive stats that's still crazy, and we only in week 6.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna argue about it.
I don't consider.
All right, so that's all the clip, and I'm gonna go back to this. After seeing the clip, my opinion hasn't changed. I don't know why this is such a big deal. I sometimes think people just like to complain and argue about stuff just because they're bored. I've said it 1,000 times in this video. I'm gonna continue to say it. Travis Hunter didn't mean anything bad by this. He wasn't even throwing shade at Ashton Jeanty. He was just explaining himself. Could he have said things better? Absolutely, and I think looking back at it, he'd agree. But let me ask you a question to all the people that are upset at Travis for saying what he said. Would you much rather him say, oh, no, it's over, man. I got no shot. That guy's just way better at football than me. Like, come on, is that what you wanted him to say? I don't get the sense and vibes that Travis was trying to belittle him or anything like that, but I'm extremely curious. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. As far as it goes for who's leading the Heisman race, I think it's 1A, 1B for me with Hunter and Jeanty. They've been even for me, and I just struggle with Jeanty due to the fact he hasn't played anybody outside of Oregon. And I know against Oregon, he had a phenomenal game. I believe he had 190-something rushing yards. But outside of the Oregon game, I mean, come on, man. These are just stat padding games. Hawaii, Utah State, Washington State, Georgia Southern, Portland State. What are we doing? And Boise State has arguably the easiest remaining schedule you're ever going to see. It's a double-edged sword because you want to give credit for Jeanty for balling out, and he's a great running back. But at the same time, you got to take into account he's not playing in a Power 4 conference. When you're not playing SEC defenses or even Big Ten defenses week in, week out, it's 10 times easier. I'm curious, though. Let me know your thoughts down below. But